Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk again about the second series, Candy Carrier Chaos of Amazing Digital Circus by Glitch Productions. You've already guessed from the title that today our talk will be about the glitches of the digital circus system. Click subscribe to my channel, sit back comfortably, fasten your seatbelts so we don't have a collision. And we're continuing. I already talked about the glitches and bugs in the digital circus system in my first video. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. There was a hint in the pilot project that there are bugs in the system that forms the virtual reality for the digital circus characters. This means that the system is not perfect, and some glitches are possible in it. We didn't see the glitches themselves in the pilot project, but they were in the second series. That's what we're going to talk about today. Watch all the way to the end. It's going to be interesting. The first glitch we saw was when Pomni woke up and fell from her bed onto the cube in her room. There was a collision with the cube. And after the collision, Pomni was thrown hard into the ceiling and fell to the floor. Pomni did not pay much attention to this event. Besides, Ragatha was knocking on her door and wanted to wake her up. The next glitch happened with the truck while chasing the bandits. Let's look at this moment again. Here we see that after two trucks collided, the truck with Gummigoo and Pomni hit the rock hard, and it glitched. There was a collision, a program failure due to a bug in the system. As a result, Gummigoo and Pomni flew out of the truck and ended up under the map or in the developer's room. After talking to Gummigoo, Pomni is going to leave this place. There is a 3D model of a truck there. Pomni tries to move the truck with a lollipop, but the lollipop breaks. So Pomni decides to use the glitch with the truck's collisions. At this point, Pomni remembered the software glitch that occurred when the trucks collided during the chase. And she also remembered how she woke up in the morning and fell out of bed onto the cube in her room, and had a collision with the cube. And after the collision, Pomni was thrown hard into the ceiling of her room, and she fell to the floor. She realized that if she put a lot of pressure on the cube, it would start glitching and twitching a lot. The cube would then push upwards with great force the object that pushed down on it. So Pomni decided to put her hunch about the dice glitch to the test. She saw 3 large cubes in the corner. To make the glitch more powerful, she put all 3 cubes under the truck. Pomni and Gummigoo then got into the cab of the truck. Pomni started the engine, and the collision began. After that, they were pushed up very hard, and they fell into Candy Kingdom next to the trucks from Kane's Adventure. And it's a very interesting experience. In the pilot project, we saw different cubes all the time from the first minutes. Probably nobody paid attention to them. They were like the interior. Nothing interesting about them. Some of them were lying in the corner of the corridor, in the rooms of the characters for some reason. KAUFMO's and POMNI's, for example. In the Gloinks burrow, we see a big pile of cubes. Some of the pictures on the wall have cubes painted on them, and even some of the Gloinks were shaped like cubes. Let's imagine how we can use this collision. You can throw some heavy object on the dice, and it will fly upwards with great force. You can jump from some height onto the dice, and it will fly upwards. What would produce this effect? I don't know exactly. Maybe you can fly from the circus tent to some other location, or into the void. But we've seen different sized cubes, small ones and big ones. Maybe the ejection force of the larger cubes would be much greater. In this case, if several characters simultaneously jump from some height onto a big cube, you can fly very far away. And what if this way you can fly out of the captivity of the digital circus and be free? Perhaps this is just my fantasy. But in the second episode, we also saw a collision with a truck. This means that if you accelerate to a high speed and hit a large object, such as a rock or a wall, you can also fly away. I think that's how you can navigate through the different locations of the digital circus. But it's also how you get to some secret locations. We've seen Pomni and Gummigoo get under the map or into the developer's room. It was most likely a secret area that no one was supposed to get into. It's an area for a program developer. some programmer or system administrator. That's interesting as well. I want to continue this topic in my next video. And in order not to miss it, subscribe to my channel. And we continue. I already said about Pomni and Gummigoo getting unexpectedly under the map or in the developer's room as a result of the truck collision. And that's also a bug in the system. Whatever happens in a location, such as Candy Kingdom, should only happen in that location. There should be no transition from one location to another. Unless, of course, it is specifically designed for transition. Such as a black hole to enter the Gloink Queen, and an escalator to exit or a teleporter in Candy Kingdom. This means that Pomni and Gummigoo getting under the map or into the developer's room is a bug in the system. Let's take a look at another system glitch from the second series. It could be called a system glitch. Perhaps not exactly a glitch, but a flaw in the creation of the system. This is the movement of NPCs from one location to another. NPCs that are created for one location should stay in that location. Let's see how at the end of the second series, Pomni led Gummigoo into the circus tent. And no one had ever done that before. It didn't occur to them. Then Ragatha said, is that allowed? Everyone thought that wasn't allowed, and it worked that way. But Pomni broke the rules of the digital circus, and we saw that it was possible. It turned out that NPCs could be moved to another location without the permission of the system administrator. But then, it's entirely possible that at some point, an NPC will move from one location to another on its own. That's not a good thing, of course. If NPCs move from one location to another on their own, then the digital circus could become a mess. But I don't think Kane will ever let that happen. Remember when Kane told Pomni that I can keep my hundreds of all-seeing eyes on you? What do you think about it? Maybe someone disagrees with my opinion? Write in the comments. I'll be very interested to hear about it. And in my next review, we will continue talking about the glitches of the digital circus. And also, you will learn about the secrets of the second series, about the secret messages of the second series. Watch my channel. As always, it will be interesting and mind-blowing. Don't forget to click subscribe to the channel and put a like, and wait for a new review on my channel. There will be a lot more interesting. Take care. Watch yourself so you don't accidentally glitch.